It is Monday, August 10th, and this is CONCACAF VideoSignals. Today on VideoSignals, World Cup qualifying kicks back into gear this Wednesday. We'll take a look at the games and preview Trinidad and El Salvador. Join me on a trip around the Confederation, and then there's the CONCACAF Quiz. We start with World Cup qualifying. On Wednesday, 3 games will take place in CONCACAF. Mexico will host the USA at the Azteca. Honduras welcomes Costa Rica to San Pedro Sula, and El Salvador pays a visit to Trinidad and Tobago, and we'll preview that game right now. Trinidad and El Salvador have met 3 times previously in World Cup qualifying, with the Soca Warriors coming away unbeaten with 1 win and 2 ties. The last time they met in a WCQ was on February 11th of this year in San Salvador, a 2-2 tie that saw the home team come back from a 2-0 deficit. In its last 5 games overall, TNT has a win, a tie, and 3 losses. Its last game was a friendly at St. Kitts and Nevis on July 12th, a 3-2 win for Trinidad. Keep an eye on Sunderland midfielder Carlos Edwards, who has played the most minutes for the Soca Warriors in qualifying for South Africa and scored against El Salvador in the February 11th qualifier. TNT is winless in its last 5 WCQs. El Salvador is 1-0-4 in its last 5 games. On Friday, the Cuscatlecos lost to Colombia 2-1 in a friendly played at Houston, Texas. Osael Romero will be the player to watch. He scored 2 goals against Trinidad in that February 11th qualifier. El Salvador has 1 win in its last 6 WCQs. We'll preview Mexico and the USA tomorrow. Now, let's see what's happening around the Confederation. Host Costa Rica won the CONCACAF Under-16 tournament, which concluded this past weekend. On Friday, El Salvador and Panama came away with wins. On Saturday, Guatemala upended Nicaragua, while Costa Rica clinched the title with a 4-1 win over Panama. The impressive Raymond Salas scored his tournament-best 5th goal for the Ticos. And that completes our very brief trip around CONCACAF. Now it is time for today's CONCACAF quiz. On Friday, we asked if you can name the only player to score hat tricks in both editions of the CONCACAF Champions League. Thanks to all who replied. The correct answer is Cruz Azul's Javier Orozco. Today's question is a simple one. There is no right or wrong answer. We just want your opinion. Which World Cup qualifying game in CONCACAF this week interests you the most? If you think you know the answer, please send an email to videosignals@concacaf.org by 12 p.m. New York time tomorrow. Everyone who replies will be eligible for next week's drawing. The draw for this week was conducted earlier today. Well, that's all for today. Thanks for joining us at VideoSignals, your source for CONCACAF news.